Okay. Rubber dam frame. I mean template. Templated. We are getting a lot of markings.
Yes.
Okay. So the tooth to be isolated is 3/6. This is the
Yes.
tooth to be isolated. So what we'll do is, there are two parts of the rubber dam sheet. One is matte and one is glossy. The matte part will be facing us. The glossy part will be towards the patient. So this is the glossy part and this is the matte part. So this matte part will be towards us. Okay? Now what we'll do is, we will mark 3/6 and we will give a orientation marking to understand that where should be the direction of the rubber dam while we are applying in the patient's mouth.
Okay.
We'll dig or we'll make a punch in the sheet, that is with the last big hole. So we'll make a small punch. As you can see, the punch is made. Now clamp selection, very important. Since this is a big molar, and almost we can see that this fits in well in the patient's mouth. What you will do is, you will get hold of the clamp, put it in the patient's mouth and check that whether it is fitting properly or not. So when you're getting a proper fit, everything is good. The bow is present distally. So what we'll do next is, we'll take it out. We will make sure that the bow is present distally. Then we will attach like this and we will attach it like this. So the assembly will look like this. Although this assembly right now doesn't look good because it is tilted. So what we'll do is, we'll correct it. We'll take it out. We'll again place the rubber dam sheet like this, and then like this, and like this. It's almost straight, almost straight. Now we'll take this assembly. This is the patient's mouth. We'll take this assembly and we are going to put it inside the patient's mouth, making sure that the assembly does not enter into the gums of the patient and it seats on properly. So right now you can see that the seating is proper. Next, what you are going to do is, filling instrument.
এটা কি কম্পোজিট ফিল?
Take a filling instrument or a condenser, anything, and we'll try to remove these and put it inside. We are not having a floss right now. If we have a floss, then what we are supposed to do is, we are supposed to use a floss and engage these things in the interdental space. So right now, if this is the lower jaw of the patient, the tooth is isolated. After isolation comes the frame. So one part of your frame will be engaged by your staff. One end will be engaged by your staff like this, to make a pouch, what you will do is you'll roll it up like this, and now since it is a model, we might have a bit of discrepancy, but the idea is that you're supposed to form the pouch like this. In the patient's mouth, definitely this won't be the scenario, but this is how the proper isolation will look like. Now you can obviously see the isolation, the mark, the orientation mark which was given. So this completes your isolation for the molars. Okay, so the steps once again: template, matte part towards the dentist, the glossy part inside the patient's mouth, marking the tooth to be isolated. If it is a 3/6, isolate it, mark it, orientation marking,
Then punching, then engage with the clamp,
and
that to be placed into the tooth, and then with the frame, engage with the frame.
Now the frame will always be outside. You're not supposed to place the frame inside. It is always to be in the outside, so that you get a distinctive pouch formation. So that if any solution is trickling out, it will fall here only. It won't go inside, or it won't trickle out, so that your assistant can do the suction and take out any fluid which is collected in this region. If we have got a floss, then we are supposed to do the flossing and put these things in the interdental spaces. That is what the idea is. Okay. Now this is for the single tooth isolation. Now if you want to do any restorative process, you want to do a root canal process, you want to do a composite restoration, anything, it's in the saliva free environment. Always remember, the bow of the clamp
should face
distally for the tooth to be isolated. That is what the idea is. Okay. Now